Hi, travelers. Tara here. Gosh, long time no hear from me, I suppose. Hold on one second. It kind of feels as though I haven't spoken to you guys in years and years and years, but I know that's not true. And I've been trying to get caught up from that 2 week crazy period. I am finally caught up. However, I am experiencing a few website issues with a couple of the membership protections. And so I changed it back to the old theme. I know many of you hate that theme. It's the dark black and green one, but I will be changing it back to the regular one once I can pin down what the problem is on some of the pages. I do have to, I'm going to be speaking with the developer here. He emails me this morning, so we're going to try to track that down, and then I will change it back. I've only had 2 people contact me about their free solar charts. You do want those, so please contact me. This will be a second chart that you're going to get. You've already gotten your Aries, your 0 Aries, but you do need your solar sign chart, particularly as we're moving into the eclipse season. That is next. In just a few weeks, we're going to have another eclipse. And then the final eclipse, there's only going to be 3 this year. There were 6, I want to say in 2016. Crazy. And so there are going to be 3 for this year, and the last one will be around October or November. And so you're going to want that solar chart so that you can look at both worldwide with the Aries chart where that eclipse is going to fall for you, but also your solar sign chart to show you personally where that's going to fall. Okay, eclipses are game changers. And for those of you who haven't been utilizing the site, you need to get in there and type in things like eclipses. There's all kinds of information there for you. And so before I get started, there's some people I need to hear from. And the reason why I always try to check up on folks who've had Akashic Records readings, particularly before eclipses come, so that I can kind of see where you are and what is happening with you or what has happened. And so I need to hear from the following people. I need to hear from Michelle D, Shenny L. All right, Shenny, for sure, please contact me, girl, because you're doing the most. Okay, I'm so proud of you. Shanika C, Marie A, Gretchen W. I hope you're out there and I hope you hear me. Please let me hear from you. And also Beth S. out in California as well. Please let me hear from you. I just kind of want to brush up and see where you are, what's happening, and take a look at some things in your records to see, what you've worked on, what is happening, how you're perceiving those things, and try to do that for you because right after the eclipse, we move into the Lionsgate portal, and that happens every August 8th, every year, and that is an energetic portal way, and this is typically when your vertex most people have the astrological vertex between I want to say the 4th and the 8th house, sometimes the 5th and the 8th house. And those are really, really important. That's a really, really important time. And so I kind of just want to see where you are to see if you need a little extra whatever, so that you can prepare yourself for this shift that will be coming, and it will be coming for everybody, to be honest with you, but particularly for those of you who've already had your Akashic Records reading. Also, Angie G, you paid me for a transit tutorial, as did All Must Be, and I have not heard anything from you people. If those were donations, you can donate through the front page of the site. I've sent out emails and I haven't heard anything back. So, I guess it's supposed to happen when it happens, but do know that you haven't forfeited that money because you didn't book with me. You paid for it, but you didn't set a time. So that still stands. And so that's it. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a straight no chaser reading. I haven't done one of those. We're going to use the La Vida Sibilas. And then I am going to Hang on one second. There's an herb that I need to go grab. And we're going to close out this La Vida Sabila reading with either a heart oracle or a romance angel. We'll just see. Hang on one second. There's something I need to get. Okay. I'm just going to add a little bit of this to the cauldron here. Okay. Now, I'm going to throw some extra in my incense. Yeah, I make my own incense and herb blends. I really like doing that a lot. So, and I'm going to throw a bit more. That's an herb blend that I was just mixing, and this is an incense blend. Now, the straight no chaser will be no clarifier cards. It is going to be straight, and it is a general reading, and it will not resonate with everyone. That does require a personal reading. I've changed a couple of the readings. Many of you know that I have stopped doing phone readings. I only do video readings. And when you purchase one of those, you download it and you save it. It is yours to keep. I do not hang on to those. That's your stuff, so you can look over it as many times as you need. I have changed the burning question. That is the only phone reading that I do, and it's now a two card oracle card pull. So it would either be the heart oracle, the what do you call it? The romance angels, or the angel answer cards. And that's just a quick yes or no. What do you need to know about the situation? Something really, really quick. Somebody tried to book one of those the other day, but their payment didn't go through for whatever reason. And I would just like to say that if you purchase from me and you don't receive a confirmation back that your payment was received through PayPal, then know that it did not go through, and so you might need to contact your banking institution. Okay. Because all of my stuff comes back. As soon as you book, you get the confirmation, okay? For payment and everything. All right. Here we go. Again, if you want that solar sign chart, please just contact me through the support desk ticket link on the main menu of the site, okay? Those of you who I've listed to contact me, just email me, okay? And so we can brush up. Diva Pimp, I have not forgotten that you emailed me some months ago. Give me a moment and we'll set up a time so that we can speak. So don't think that I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. Okay. All right. Here we go. 15 cards. Costanza. Gran consolazione. Falsità. Il nemico. Morte. Well, and I will show you these cards. Donna de servizio. L'amante male. Wow. La nemica female. The letter. Pensiero. Fedeltà. Consolante sorpresa. L'amante female. Jesus, there's a lot of people in this. Amore. Amalato. Well. And I think what I'm looking at is 2 females and 2 males. Same sex or heterosexual, whomever's going to take the role of the male and whomever's going to take the role of the female. I have a lot of people email me that say, I'm so glad you read for same-sex couples. I mean, you know, you love who you love, right? And no matter who you love, we all at some point or another can relate to whatever problems or issues or challenges that come up. So please don't ever feel that there's any judgment if you want to get a reading and you don't even know if you are gay. You may feel that you are, you're not quite sure. You need some information on that. You know, you can, how to process or how to help yourself through that. Know that there's no ever any judgment from me, okay? Now, the top rows are past, this is our present, this is our future, but also the same past, present, and future, and this is a progression. Right in the center, I have this La Namica. This La Namica is an enemy or a rival, someone who acts in secret, a backstabber, a hater, a biter, okay? Someone who's jealous and has no, compassion is not the right word, but just basically doesn't give a shit about what's happening with you. At the top, I see that for some of you, there's been a very, very, perhaps a long relationship, a successful relationship, but then suddenly we see some kind of lie or hidden intention. Now, I'm not exactly sure if what these cards are telling me across this top row is if the person that you've been in a relationship with, because they have lied, cheated, whatever they've done, okay, that they are now your enemy. Now, let me show you the cards. Costanza, Gran Consolazione, Falsità, Il Nemico, and the Morte. Donna de Servizio, L'Amante Male, the lover, or requited love. La Nemica, the female enemy or rival, the letter. The Pensiero, the Fedeltà. Consolante Sorpresa, the consolation. L'Amante female, Amore, and the Ammalato. Now, I gave you kind of the crux of the story. And right now, the focus is this La Namica, because I think she's got her fingers in a whole bunch of pies, okay? And as I was saying from the beginning, this looks here as if this was really a long-term, very, very positive relationship. And there may have been a few disappointments in it, but nevertheless, it was something wonderful. And the reason why I say there might have been a few disappointments is because we have the Consolante. This goes from being a great success, achievement, everything you could have ever dreamed or hoped or wished for concerning this L'Amante male, this lover. But then we see this idea that there's been some kind of consolation here. It goes from being something quite positive and solid and true and real and positive to this, you know, some disappointments have come. It's a consolation. I do feel that this is the same male, okay? The Il Nemico and the L'Amante. And I feel that whatever this lie is, this lie that he's been perpetrating or fraud or whatever has to do with this L'Amica. I'm sorry, L'Nemica. Okay? I also feel that this is somebody that you have known for quite some time. That you were friends at some point. And again, this brings out this Consolante Sorpresa. Oh, yeah, okay, bitch, that's the way you want to play me. Okay, I knew, all right, I knew that I shouldn't have trusted you. But we see that this has caused this break, this il nemico, somebody to hide something, to himself act in secret and do some shady crap. And what happens is it led to the breakup or the end of the relationship. Complete and utter severance and separation. Here, the donna de servizio, she is the helper card. She's like the verb. She's always positive. She wants to do things. And we see this l'amante male here focusing on, he likes the idea of this la nemica. Perhaps maybe he has said, I don't want to be with you anymore. I want to be with her because she's X, Y, and Z. And we hear the letter coming. If you haven't heard this news, for some of you, it is coming. Someone's trying to figure out how to tell you that. But yet for some of you, I think in a way, and this is what I want to say, there's still going to be some kind of attachment, some kind of perhaps not necessarily forgiveness, but kind of like, okay, you know, but if you change your mind kind of a thing. Here we see the l'amante female. And then we see the amore card. You're waiting for news from him to come back, for him to change his mind, as though you say it won't last long. But I dare say that the news that is coming will not be very pleasant for you. Now, a lot of times what will happen, particularly before eclipses, and this is the thing, if you break up with somebody around an eclipse, consider that shit done. And typically, the soonest time that you may be able to reconcile will be 6 months out, maybe a year. But I would not put my eggs in any basket on that. And so typically if you break up around an eclipse, because I do feel that something's been hidden from some of you here. And these two things are inimical to each other. Okay, false friend. This is not the arrival of somebody new. This is somebody that you already know. And typically, when you break up around an eclipse, so the news, for some of you, you haven't gotten this yet. I think some of you are somewhat aware. You see, because these two people have the same kind of characteristics. But they also speak to the idea that you and your ex-partner are now enemies to each other. Okay? But it's all due to her. Not necessarily all due to her, because he has free will, right? They both do. He didn't accidentally slip and fall and his penis fell inside of her or him, whatever. Okay? That shit just, oh, it just happened. No, it don't just happen. Everybody has free will. And so the news will be coming for some of you. Someone is trying to determine how to end it. Maybe this is you trying to determine how you're going to end it. I will tell you that when you break up around an eclipse, please don't beg that person. Don't cry. Don't chase after him. You know, kind of use that moment in time to really look over what has happened, perhaps how it happened, and what role you may have played in it. Okay? And definitely, I see here, and see they're on two separate lines, and they're back to back. So this was a long-term relationship, very much so. But now the person feels that they've met somebody else. And this speaks to both the ex and the La Namica right now. They themselves, like it's a surprise that this happened, and oh well, you know, I didn't want it to happen like this. I didn't want it to go down like that, but nevertheless. But these cards also speak to the idea that this is something you're going to have to accept. Now, easier said than done, always. Now, for some of you, you may also hear from somebody from your past, because he is also a rival to the Lamante, in which case, don't do rebounds. People who show up or come back after eclipses, it's just too skitsy. So if you're trying to read a whole bunch of signs into it, don't, because you're going to end up tricking yourself. Why? Because eclipses always hide things. There's something you don't know. Why maybe the person has come back when they have come back. So I would caution you to be very, very careful if somebody from the past comes back. We do have another Mercury retrograde coming up. I think I put that in the upcoming astrological weather article that I did for you, website members. That is there. There are only 3 Mercury retrogrades this year. Venus is going retrograde. We're in the retrograde season, so there's going to be Pluto, Saturn, Mercury, Venus, Neptune, Jupiter. All of these planets are also going to be in, and all of this is occurring right around full moons, new moons of next month, and an eclipse. So there's a bunch of stuff happening, okay? I feel that this is a moment for some of you to really, you're going to have to take some time out. I also feel that some of you may be getting some news that's not true. Maybe somebody's lying to you. No, that's not happening. No, that's not going on. But you know it. You know it. That's your straight and no chaser. And if you don't know it, you suspect it. And that's why my tagline for my site is discover, confirm, and empower. Okay? Because a lot of times getting to the truth of the situation is a lot easier than trying to deal with your fears and your imagination. Oh, well. One card flew out. Yes. Okay. And now we're going to pull a romance angel. The first card was challenging times. This is a 5 of Wands, if I'm not mistaken. 5s bring changes. They bring outside changes, changes that you have absolutely no control over. 5s are a changing energy, a destabilizing energy. The Wands speak to arguments and strife and fighting and arguments, trying to get your point across, right? And many things coming at you at one time and having you feel as though to defend yourself or get out there and battle. So let me take a look at this for you. It is the Wands card. The key words are ego, conflict, challenges, and competition. The name of the card is Challenging Times. Can you see that? There's a glare on that. Okay. Human ego can be helpful when it provides us with a sense of self-value and purpose. However, the ego can also lead to problems when it seeks to build itself up at the expense of others. Quarrelsome energies may be in the air at this time. You may find yourself either instigating disagreements or being pulled into them by others. Step back and examine the real issues behind the conflict. You may find that it is more about being right than it is about what is right. You may also find a relationship to be more challenging than usual, sensing an underlying power struggle, even though surface energies appear to be calm. Use your intuition and intellect to ascertain what is happening. While competition can be stimulating, it's disruptive to a relationship. You can avoid this by thinking before you speak or act and by coming from a place of honesty and love. And if somebody else is not doing that for you, that's a self-value issue. Because sometimes if somebody's mistreating you and talking to you or making you feel insecure, first of all, you need to determine why that is. But if they don't respect you enough and love you enough, even to tell you the truth, if that truth is going to hurt, why are you wasting time trying to argue with them? Anyway. Second card, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And I think for some of you, like I said, that may go back to that idea that you want to try to forgive the person. And, you know, that's a good idea, but it doesn't necessarily mean you should be with them. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right, here we go. The card says, the romance angels have heard your desire for great love, and they bring you this card as guidance. They see that your heart can give and receive the bliss of romance by clearing away the cobwebs of the past. The angels know that you've been hurt before and that you're wary of being hurt again. Yet your desires are creating barriers to allowing love into your life. As you heal your past, you won't keep recreating it. After all, you attract into your life the situations and relationships that remind you of what you have already experienced, because that is a primary tool of healing. So if this crap seems like it's the same old story over and over again, free will choice. You can continue to do the same thing and trying to learn the same lesson, or you can take the lesson learned and move on and hope not to repeat it again. To change to a healthier relationship pattern, it is necessary to detoxify any old anger, blame, or unforgiveness you may be holding, and this includes forgiving yourself. If you call upon the angels and ask them to help you release and heal your past, they'll clear away the heaviness so that your heart can soar with happiness. That's what I have for you. I hope those messages helped, and until next time, namaste. Oh, by the way, my website address, if you want to book, will be at the bottom of the screen, in the description box under the video, and the about box section of my channel. Namaste.